Look at my vision board. Yeah, let's see. I created this vision board here, family. Yes. Let me show you some of the stuff that I created on my vision board. Look at all the stuff I created. So don't lose hope. You never know what tomorrow may bring. And this to start my own restaurant. See, I have my vision board up there. See, look at my vision board. Reflection. Look at that. Pain is real, but so is hope. That's what I put up there. This one said, I just want to thank you for being my reason to look forward to the next day. Karn, how Alex Duran, how are you? Greetings. This was right here. Greetings. I sketched already her education already. Just need to keep going. Splash! And the other one is to take better care of myself and my children and to be more connected. Whatever we want, you are stronger than you think. Ain't that beautiful? Yeah, and look, boom, you can surpass, you can win. Boom. Love always wins. I created this vision board. Let me know if you like it. Too much pride to hide. See that one? So much of them. I'm in my room. Keishawn Harvey, hi. Hey, Corn. Hey, Axtoma. Bless up my brother. Bless up my sisters. Bless up. Yeah, so the kids decide to stay in my room tonight. And finally, your girl take everything off her bed and into her room. And remember, I told you guys, if you live in the winter era, buy your apples now. God bless you, my sister. Ooh, I can't stand the alarm. Hold on. These people are crazy with the alarm. The alarm going off all night. All night, somebody. All night. All night. All night. So I was saying, um, Listen, alarm dancing over here. I had to dance with the alarm. It go beep, beep, beep. So that's why you see when we go up, mm, mm, I'm like all night. Ooh, I'm telling you. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So anyway, let me say it before I come back. So with the melon, with the what? Not melon. What is this? Pear. With this pear, when you buy it in the winter, it's kind of take longer to ripe. But in the summer, when you buy it, you leave it outside. It's yes. It sounded like it was in my house. Yes. So you see my head go beep, 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 beep. I'm like, okay, I could play music with my head. So all night, because we were on the phone getting everything together, situating everything, and all night it was just, mm. But then super good. So my kids decide to sleep in my bed tonight. So I'm like, okay, then go ahead. So I just decide to wash an apple and eat. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Bless up yourself, Khan. Bless up. Appreciate everyone. You know, manners, love, and respect. Come in with manners, love, and respect. And it is so sweet and it ripe so quick. But in the winter they take forever to ripe. So in the summer, get as much as you can. Mm. Big and juicy. Mm. I still haven't found the document I'm looking for, but what I found was my graduation picture with my mom and my dad. So I was able to show my uncles that never seen it. Well, one of my uncle that was on the phone was actually in the picture. So I was able to backtrack and say, Uncle, did you remember when you come to my graduation? So, and then the other uncle said, you need to send that photo to me so the other family members could see who my brother was, which is my dad that passed. Yeah. Hmm. But some good things will come in the pipe works. I just have to go over. I have a big hurdle I'm gonna have to go over now, and the ball is not in my hand, but the prayers are in my hand. How about that? You know what I mean? This hurdle that I will have to go through, I don't know how challenging it is gonna be, and I don't know how tough it's gonna be, but I already be preparing myself to be rooted, continue to be grounded, because nothing lasts in this world. But I know that if I am rooted and if I am grounded, then something will happen for me. So I'm working on that. So all the warriors out there wanna pray for me and whatever it is, I can't tell you guys now. I can probably share. Let me see what the outcome is. You know, sometimes we count our eggs. In Jamaica, we say egg. So I was about to say egg. So excuse my language. You know, they normally say don't count your egg before it hash. So I don't want to jump and count my eggs before it's hash and don't know what's the outcome. You know, so I want to see the outcome first and then I can share. And it don't have nothing to do with YouTube. So that's number one. You could erase that out your head. Nothing to do with YouTube. But just keep your girl in your thoughts and prayers. All the warriors, the good old warriors. And I will do the same for myself. Like they say, you can't just want people to pray for you, you gotta pray for yourself. Mm. Why I'm telling you. Oh, this is so juicy. I felt like a greedy cow. Mm. Mm-mm. And you see why she had crossbone. You see why she have chin with my garbage bag there. Let me garbage bag that. And you see why she have hot crossbone, right? Because she always eating something. She always eating. All right, get up and go use the bathroom. Get up and go use the bathroom. Get, don't touch nothing. You see that red shirt right there? Dry your hand in there. Hurry up. Look on this side say he not sleeping in his room tonight, family. So decide to come in my room and sleep. We not stop them still, cause we have a, since my mom left, we haven't been in here. Haven't been in here. But we're doing good. Can't complain. We're doing good. Cannot complain, family. And to everyone who, stop by to say hello. I want to say manners, love, and respect to each and every one. And thank you guys so much. And to my moderator, thank you guys so much. Appreciate all of you. To everyone, I have to say thank you. Because I know it's not easy. And look, with Resilient Queen, don't give no warning. Resilient Queen does pop up. You know what I mean? Me understand. I literally understand. Sorry. Sorry. That was awful. So I literally understand. Resilient Queen don't give no warning. And then she just pop up. But tonight, your girl in our 5-star bed, in our skirt, with our little children. And I'm a bunch of pillows. I miss my pillows. I miss my pillows. These are not the cushion one though. I gotta get me some. I gotta get me some fur one. Yeah, in a long time. The last time I had troll, were you here? They call me Jungle Bunny. I got a troll call me Jungle Bunny, and I have one that tell me I look like a monkey and I'm ugly. That one wasn't night though. Yeah, but at night you don't really have no troll, because probably the troll like to troll me, and I'm probably their troll. But that's how we go, and that's why it's good to have a moderator. So that if any little thing moderator can just take it out for me. Don't have to ask me, just take it out. Just take it out, you know what I mean? Take it out quick and fast so you don't have to be lingering up in the chat. All right, don't worry, I'll eat you up for you, okay? Just take them out. Whatever you gotta do with them, do with them. Take them out. Because then with all that I have to go through and I have to endure, the only one I was laughing after. And I was telling one of my Jamaican friend over here, I said, hey, can you imagine somebody call me Jungle Bunny? So every day now they call me Jungle Bunny. Yes, my Jamaican friends call me Jungle Bunny. So he said, Jungle Bunny, what's going on? I said, Jungle Bunny is here. But that one was hilarious. But when somebody say, oh, you're black like monkey, you ugly like monkey, look at your hair. But me have news for them. I hope one time me monetize. All I who did I tell me say be ugly, be a jungle monkey. I'm a black, and me hair need for do, and me chin look like a they run up in a hit. Make sure they my first one for put money in a me thing, in a me kitty. So me can go fix up Jungle Bunny. So make sure all of who out there call me a kind of name. Make sure when me monetize, no have no first money. No 99 cent. For help Jungle Bunny. I'm just kidding. I can't tell nobody what to do, but it was just hilarious. And actually that day when that person called me Jungle Bunny, it's like you ever have that day when you just needed that laugh, you just need that burst out laugh. That day I needed that laugh, so I couldn't stop laugh. Up till now, I like the name Jungle Bunny. I'm a little bit of a comedian, people. So it's not a lot of things. It's certain things that people gonna say will really get the girl here for really be rowdy. But some things, yeah, man, that means you're popular, Jungle Bunny. So I like the name Jungle Bunny. So big up to that person that will give me the name Jungle Bunny. To make wave. To make wave in the street. Jungle Bunny. I literally have a friend now, I'm telling you. Well, as friend, I mean friend with us. Friend. and cause we all Jamaicans, and I said, can you imagine somebody call me in my life and call me Jungle Bunny? I peer laughing in the pan. So big up to the person who give me the name Jungle Bunny. So I know everything detrimental, you know what I mean? I know everything detrimental. So and that's why you see it's very important to pick your battles, you know, when you read a comment and you look at it, and because I learned to look at comments because I remember people used to comment, but I don't really see people comment much to be rude to me. So I'm glad for that because I don't really want nobody to be rude to me because I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. And anybody know me know I got a mouth on me. My mouth is my organ. Eh? So but I don't want to be that way, you know, I don't want to be that person, you know. I don't want to be running hot and cold every day because I can, you know. I want to be balanced, but I don't want to be balanced as in always have to be cursing about people, arguing with people, fussing about this, fussing about that, yapping about the. No, I want to focus on my purpose, you know. I want to focus on my career. I want to focus on my dreams, you know. One of my career, you know what I mean? As my man would say, my hopes and my dreams, you know. So, you know, but if people come in and just want to say something, like they see you do something funny and they wanna react to it and say something. As long as they're not being rude, you know, like Jungle Bunny wasn't being rude. Lord, this thing is irritating. Hold on there. This is irritating. It's in the Bible. It says, "What you say in my hearing, I will do to you." Yes, yes. You know, and that's why we have to pray that whatever we want, how we want people to treat us, we have to let them know. You know. I don't tolerate certain things, and I hate to be called the B, I hate to be called the H, I hate to be called a A. You know those all those derogatory terms. I don't like to be called them. I never grew up I never grew up and be called those words. You know? When I expose those, when I get those name calling is here. Never nowhere else. Not even when I was dating back home. Even if you and somebody had issues and you argue about it or so, you go your separate ways. Me, in my relationship, you just go with separate ways, and sometimes even in the end become good best of friend but not relationship. And we look at each other and can say, you know what, it wasn't gonna work out relationship wise or so. And we go our ways. But not call out my name. You call me out my name and I'm about to Jungle Bunny. I'm about to Jungle Bunny you now. So I don't like those kind of disrespectful things, you know. I used to have a young lady here with me as a friend when my life went south with life, with family here. When I mean family here, if you don't understand. And I one day listened to her and her mom arguing. And she kept calling her mom all the B's and the A's. Me? Can't be my friend. No. You cannot be my friend. No. Cussing your mom and calling your mom all the B's and the A's? No. No. That friendship for me is done. It's a never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with Jungle Bunny. Yeah, man, beat you with experience. That's true. Because it's like they feed on you. They probably sit and watch you for a while till you know and know how you are. And they use that to turn it, they call it statics. Use a form of manipulation. And then they try to say, let me see how I could get underneath the skin and rub out Jungle Bunny. You know. And they just rub out poor Jungle Bunny. And they know why no Jungle Bunny lose focus, you know what I mean? Yes, you will definitely lose focus, especially if people come in and calling you, ooh, like this irritating thing, it make you lose focus. BP like you don't pay its bill, so. But such is life though, you know what I mean? So I tell myself that it's not easy, but I think one of the things that I did early my moderator here, Con, is knit a lot of things in the bud that I will not accept. And I think that's what did it for me. And long before I even met you, I met anybody else that was on this platform. When I first was able to go live, I was people walking upstairs. Kind of scary when somebody over your head walking. When I was at my job and I was working midnight and I go turn my live on. At this time I was barely doing live, but I turned my live on because we were boring at work and I'm like, let me just turn the live on and keep going and everything. And that was my first comment. I turned it on at 12. And the person come in and the person started to tell me all that they want to do with me. They weren't being, would have say, rude in one aspect, like to be degrading you or whatever. They were just telling you their sexual appeal. And I had to let them know. I said, listen, this not the channel for it. And this is, I know it's midnight. I said, by the way, let me look what the time is. Because I try to be mindful to give everybody a fair share so they understand. And I said, let me look what time is it. I said, by the way, I know it's 12 o'clock, but this is not the job or the call for anything that you're calling for. And by the way, there is nobody could come on my live trying to say they're trying to talk to me and talk to me like that and I fall for them. You would not get me to fall for you. Because if you can distribute your whole entire body out there just like that with your words, you're not somebody I would want to fall for. I want to fall for somebody who have some respect for themselves. You gotta have respect for yourself. You don't need to distribute all that you wanna do. You're telling the world all you're gonna do. Then how many people I'm thinking, how many people would you be going around and happen to? You know, happen to no. No. I'm not gonna sit and just let share with the whole world what my life is or my relationship that should be in closed door or whatever. And then I accept it and like online because of entertainment. No, nope. Some things you have to have like a class in it. You know what I mean? You can't just always because somebody say you look nice and I wanna that. No, 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 no. That's a turn off. That's a big U turn. You know, it's like a 360. Mm-mm. Even when you're in the street and you have people who don't have no respect for themselves, don't even look at me because you're not gonna get a thing out of me being rude. You know, there's a time and place for every single thing, and that's why I tell myself from early I need things in the bud. And that night, that person deleted their comment because I said I'm gonna give you the opportunity to delete your comment. You understand? If my channel was about those kind of things, like those kind of appealing things or so, then I could have entertained it. But my channel was nothing about that. And that's why we have to understand. Or let's use me. Because I'll be going through some function and they be telling you most time when we're talking, use ourselves as a reference, like the I or so. I don't want to entertain certain disrespect, certain kind of behavior early or later or in the end. Because then if I accept those kind of behavior now and then later on I said, you know what? I don't want to accept these, then everybody gonna look at me like, look at you. Who are you now? You know, then they start to say, but you used to entertain these kind of things. So I'm not I will not, you know. So certain things I knit it early in the bud because I want some respect. I have a lot of respect for people and I want people to have a lot of respect for me. You know what I mean? Don't look, even if you look at me and you see me, I'm like, whoa, look at Jungle. Oh, hold on. Somebody up in here need to go to jail. They, you see what I'm saying? When they behave like this, Now my big son can't even sleep. Try close the eye, baby. Put on a pillow. We have enough pillow in here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11 pillow up on the bed. We sell pillow. Okay. Let's talk and try to sleep. Close your eyes. You say, like our darkness, BBCC, oh Lord. So yes, so I don't want to entertain certain kind of a lifestyle. I don't believe certain kind of lifestyle that you like should be all in the internet space. Then it's because it's not everybody want to know all that. It's like surprise me, surprise me with life, but don't come out and tell the world everything and then you say you're talking to me. You're not talking to me because at this time you embarrassing me and you're embarrassing yourself. So no, and that's why you good when time as a content creator, I have to know myself and I have to knit things early so that people can understand that hey, this girl will not tolerate anything. I'm wondering what it is. I don't know because when I was in Jamaica, I did not have to deal with no fire alarm or anything. I never recall seeing one. Jungle Bunny never recall seeing one till I come in this. I think when I was at my other apartment, I did not have no fire alarm going off. I did not only time that fire. I don't even think they had fire alarm when I was in there. They have fire extinguisher. Is this one I come and see fire alarm? And this one is irritating the crap from the crap. I remember one winter, I think last year winter, they set the alarm off and the two fire truck come outside. You should see me running outside. Listen, when you're going outside, you're not taking no coat with you or anything, because you hear fire, fire, so you're running out. Nothing you're not taking with you. People. And then after that, now I had my son, Godfather number. He moved from over here. Now he said I could not stand it no more. He said that thing was annoying. Even last night, I think last night or the night before. But the only concern I have is that when there is an actual fire, me, I can jump through the window. I already have my plan on what I want to do if there should be a fire, and I'm aware. That's why a lot of times when you hear these things, you can't even sleep. But anyway, I said, my biggest concern here is that if there is an actual fire, because this thing is going off like it's a play toy, then people will get burned up because they're so accustomed to hearing this irritating thing go off all the time that they might not even move when there is literally fire at their door. So that's my biggest concern for this irritating apartment. That's and because if every day or every other day you hear beep 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 beep, I want to go Jamaican real quick. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Put the F up in there. Shut up. But you can't tell it to shut up because it's somebody pressing the button. Boop. I don't even know if it's somebody pressing the button. Or I have no clue because I didn't even know it controlled by a battery or electric. I don't have a clue. I'm a Jamaican. I never see fire alarm in Jamaica. They probably have it in upscale. I never see it where I was. Till I come here. I remember the first time I hear the sound, I had to call my son Godfather. I said, "What is that? What was that going off?" He told me there's fire. He said, when we had the fires, the only thing I had ready to go was my birth certificate, a pink slip on my phone. Exactly. I said that's all you're lucky you pick up birth certificate. Me, I head right out through the door. I I head right out with in I had on a robe and the robe wasn't not They shut up. It annoying. So me have to cover them ears a little if it take out little of the sound. Poor kids. Listen, this house is so depressing. This apartment, it is so depressing. If I name the kids, me pack me just jump in the car and go sleep out the door. I'll jump right out there, put on my steering wheel, lock the car and go sleep. Straight out there. But this shit is, excuse me language, but it's annoying. Oh yeah, when the fire truck came, I had on my robe and that's it, and my phone. And that was it. And not up, and didn't even have on winter shoes, and I mean it was in the winter. And I did not have on any winter shoes. I had on one of those, those they they warm when you're inside, but your heel back left outside. I don't remember what they call it, bed slippers or something like that. That was it. It's so funny though. When disaster struck, you're not really thinking of picking up anything. You probably run back in the house to pick up something, and that's when you get hurt. But literally, you're looking to head to the door. You ain't looking to pick up nothing. You know, especially like this, going off so often. This will make you pick up nothing. If you live in an apartment that the alarm constantly go off like you retarded, it will literally make you pick up nothing. No, at this time you don't care about nothing. You want your life. Cause look, if you have life, you can start over. You have no life, then what you have nothing to start over. But if you got life, trust me, yeah man, you leave everything behind, man. Listen, birth paper can't get back, passport can't get back, age paper can't get back. Um, you can everything you name, you can't get it back. The only thing you're hard to get back is money because you might not have no clothes to put on your back to keep going to work. But you can always go. People always donating. People always just say, "Hey, if you need anything, we have two big pants. What size you wear?" Somebody, listen, man. Help is always out there, so I ain't gonna worry. You know, I ain't gonna worry. And pictures. Thank God for internet now. Yeah, even if your phone burn up, all you need to do is get back another phone. Remember your password or everything, and log back in because the way the internet set up now, you better remember your password or something, or the authentication stuff you send, the two-step verification. Yeah, but nowadays, if there is an emergency or anything, just remember anything you can gain, anything you can get back, you might not get it back right away. But if you can take it with you, take it. But if you weren't the one who planned, I have everything ready, go. Leave everything behind. You got you. That's the greatest part. You get you. You will become. God will provide for you. You know. Look how many people lost so many things. Blink of an eye, and some of them start all over. Some never recover because they worried about the money hidden in the mattress. Sometimes you see people say their house burned down and they stressed out over the house. It's not really the house, it's the amount of money they were saving in the house. Nobody know that but them. And that's why a lot of people just go back inside and just sit there with the house catch a fire with them. Sometimes it's not the building or anything, it's the money that they have in there. They were having their little stash in there, for rainy day. And if bank collapse, but then that really struck a nerve because they could use that money to do something else. It's not really the house per se. Because sometimes they had too much bills in the house, they won't even mind it burned down. But it's the money that burned up in the house, you know what I mean? And then, because mind you, if you have the money, you can start over back real quick and fast. And I mean, start over, even if you don't buy a house or you don't build a house no more, but you can still start over, you know what I mean? But to me, once you have life, that's all that matter. That's all that matter nowadays. Because even Even when people going home nowadays, all these things we have, you ain't carrying none of them behind you. Nothing. So I look at life like that. I say, if when we're gonna leave this world, we're not carrying nothing, why worry? No. Just we don't know how we're gonna go. But if we should look at life when time things gonna hit us hard, and look, even when your parents, if your parents gone off, they have a house. They even if they have a house and the land where they depend on for them a family land or anything, but they built a house there that they were able to stay there till they last or anything. And you see they gone off and they didn't carry nothing with them. That should tell you that a clear indication that we should not worry about nothing. You know, should not worry about nothing. Plus, he said he will prepare a table. He will prepare a table. So I guess some things just yes, it's hard when you're looking and say, "Oh, I got all of these things, blah 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 blah," but then these are all vanity. You know, a flood can come, a terrible hurricane, a terrible landslide, and everything gone. It's not just fire. So and then sometimes you come back bigger, better, and stronger too. You know what I mean? Because we learn to let go. We learn to let go. And I believe when we learn to let go of a lot of stuff, it's like you want good perfume. If I want good perfume, like somebody give it to you as a gift, like an expensive one, and if it almost done, and you take your time, go psst, psst, just a little. You don't want it done because one, it was expensive, and two, you're not taking no $4,000 buy no cologne. So that $4,000 somebody used to buy the cologne for you. Just a little pick, pick, and then you use other cologne to kind of surround it. Or even if you buy yourself an expensive cologne to treat yourself. I'm just using that as an example. But at the same time, so and then for me, life is kind of different for me because I had to travel, come to America, and I had to leave a lot of stuff behind me and carry a suitcase. Suitcase. So even if I had a home back home, I couldn't carry it on the plane. You see what I'm saying? So I guess looking at life, I will look at life a little different, if that makes sense, than opposed to somebody who is just stationary in one area. They're not traveling outside or anything. They're just within their country. But when you start to travel outside and go all over the place, nothing don't bother you because we go somewhere else and we know that we have to start life over again. You see what I'm saying? Even if I had so many things back home and I couldn't even carry it. I remember when I went back home, I shipped barrels, say I'm gonna start life because I had just graduated and say I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I was supposed to keep a birthday party for my little brother because I've always wanted to give back, and that was one of my way to start and involve others in there. We had dreams, we had hopes, but such is life. Sometimes the path we take can detour the goals, set them back a little bit, but that doesn't mean you must give up off your dreams. They're still out there. You just take a little setback, and that's all right. You can come back bigger and better and stronger and everything. And I worked in Maine so hard and bought all these things, bought my first 40-inch TV and never even get to plug it in to turn it on. Never even get to turn it on. I bought so many things, guys. Books, handbags, shoes, brand new. Um, a barrel of chemicals for household items like to cleaning, and because as a woman, you gotta have your little cleaning products and stuff. Whether you use it properly or anything, you gotta have some cleaning stuff. So I had food too. I shop for food because why work so hard and don't make sure you have some food when you go back home. Buy food, oil, this, flour, sugar, you name it. The girl had it in there. I never get a chance to you spend not eat nothing from all that. I remember even I was going to Maine one year and I won an airline ticket, and when I was here, I think when I hear it expire, yes. I won an airline ticket. I used one to go back to Maine because I went to Maine twice, and then come back, go back home. Then use one to come back, and then one expire while I was here. And so a lot of stuff that was brand new didn't get to touch it. I remember the last race I won in Jamaica. I was heading to Montego Bay Airport right after I finished the race. Right after I finished the race, before I came here, but go heading to Maine. Right after I finished the race, and everything I had that day, I had to give it away. I couldn't carry it on the plane because the liquid was too much. They gave, I think Slanders or whatever, give me a gift basket, and I get an airline ticket, Caribbean airline. Yes, I always win a lot of Caribbean airline tickets. Yes, I used to travel and just spend $100 to clear the ticket and go on about my business. Yes, man. My first ticket I won was to go to Panama, but I never go. I was in school, but I didn't know I didn't have a passport then when I get that when I get that free ticket, so I didn't go. So I let that expire, and then I couldn't transfer it either. They had make it so you couldn't transfer it. It's either you go or you lose it. And then I come here lose another Caribbean airline ticket. You know, the songwriter say my hopes and dreams. So I'm telling you, when you look at other people coming from other countries, same way they lose a lot to go somewhere else, and you'll wonder why they going somewhere else. You know, yes, everybody life different because some people are fleeing for opportunity, for better opportunity. Some people are fleeing because of riot. Some people are fleeing because number of reasons, you name it. Or you could say you're traveling and you're traveling all over. Because my original thing that I wanted to do when I left school was to know all 14 parishes in Jamaica. And I come very close to knowing all 14 of them. Two of them I passed through, so I don't count them. Because I count the parish when you stop in there, you see what, you get to dabble in a little bit of the culture in that part of the parishes, you know what I mean? So if I only pass through Boston airport, I can say I've been to Boston. I just in the airport, I never got outside to step on the soil and see how it looks. So I wouldn't count that as a country I've been to or anything or a state. You see what I'm saying? Because I've never been outside the airport. Passing through is not staying there to see what do they eat in Boston or anything. Maryland, what do they, you know what I mean? So no. If I stop there now and I live there for maybe 2 3 months, like when I was in Maine, 2 3 months we were there for at least 3 to 4 months, I think the last time, but at least 2 to 3 months, yeah. You know what I mean? So you've been there for a little while, so you can say, okay, I eat this or they have that. We've been to the mall, we see this, we see that. But in the airport, what do you see in the airport? You don't see no mall in the airport. So I wouldn't count that as stopping nowhere. So my original goal as a young person was to travel, travel all over, you know, just to travel because I always believe that when we expose ourselves to different culture, different background, we learn to appreciate a lot more things better and understand each other's differently on a different level. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when we don't travel outside of our culture and we see somebody say something, it could be derogatory in your language, but then it's not derogatory in somebody else's language. Like when I just come here, for example, and you hear somebody, they laughing and say, you fool. You call somebody you fool back home, back then they both just probably smack you or something. But over here, when they say you fool, like they're somebody giving a joke or something, and you don't get any, say you fool. They don't really mean that you're a fool, as in a fool, but that's their way of saying you fool. You don't get it, you know. Not mean that doesn't really mean that they're putting you down, you know. And then I get to understand also. I used to work with this white lady, but she was so vibesy. Well, actually, at the time when I was working in Maine, I was the only black in that place there, working at the time, and she was there, and we became good friends. And every morning she saw she's the first one who taught me how to drive here. She had a Tacoma at the time, one of those big old truck there, and she used to give it to me in the parking lot. And my boss used to come outside and say, "Oh my God, I don't want her hitting all the cars out there." She was so hilarious when she had her hand on her head, like, "Oh my God, you sure she not gonna hit the cars?" They were trying to teach me how to drive then. They were hilarious though, but And the first time she called me, "Hey, my B," I said, "What?" And she said, "No." She dissecting it for me to understand that you have your friends, some of your friends, if you're cool with them or so, then you will call them, "Hey, my." I'll say, "Well, that don't work for me." But then I had to understand if that's her way of speaking or something, I just don't have to accept. You see what I'm saying? And tell her, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry." She was so hilarious. She was very hilarious. So we had a good time there. And there was never a time I felt like I was a black sheep. Never. I never once, and I mean, I was the only black at the time when I went there. And they said, "You travel here by yourself?" Yes. And my boss come to the airport and pick me up with a sign with my name on it as soon as I get out of the airport. And I was on the phone calling them. And they said, "Where are you? We are over here and I can hardly understand your accent, but we are over here." At this time, I had a thick Jamaican accent, very thick. But we pulled through and we managed to. And then they come and pick me up from the airport. Yes, man, because they arrange for you to be picked up. Well treated. My landlord was nice. I had two landlord when I was there. And then when my boss that's a good feeling. Yes, man. It's a very good feeling. Treat you so well. Never want when they having functions. You girls, you could come. And then the second year when I went back, then we had three Jamaican this time working there. And we had some Chinese working there. But the Chinese, they gave them different name because their name was kind of a little bit hard to pronounce. So when they arrive here, they have names. They get names like simple name, like you just say Jessica, you just say Ivana or whatever. So yeah, and I met them, but I I learned it. Yeah, Asians, yeah, and I learned a thing or two from them, and they were helping me out with Chinese, and I was helping them out as much as I could because they didn't speak English well, and any little thing they used to say, hey, my Jamaican friend, or they learn my name, and then we communicate or so forth. And I'm telling you, it was good. It's good. And when they were leaving, they said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you for helping us out." When I went back home, I had teaching practice for the last year. I sent my part of the curriculum where we were using at the time for that year before we graduate was the people who came. And when I look in the curriculum, I said, do I want to do the Indians, the Chinese, or the Amerindians, or the Tahinians, or the Arawak? I said, no, let me do the Chinese. And I had told them because we were having discussion because some of them they both work with me at the hotel and they both work at the park. Yes, we used to work at the park too. Yes, and the park used to be my second job, and there is the restaurant used to be my third. Well, no, the restaurant used to be my second job, and then the park used to be my third job. So when I leave the restaurant, then I go straight down afterward. Go straight down. I ride home every night. But I never feel. And then even the Canadian that came there too at the restaurant. One night I remember one of them gave me $40 tips. It was our wife and husband. They gave me $40 tips, but they were talking my ears off. And then I work with some Bulgarians, so I'm telling you, they were so sweet, super helpful. Mhm. When I mean work with them, meaning that I'm not working with them as in the owners, but they were on the work and travel as well, you know, to work with a lot of people. Actually, I see a video recently on the internet where one young lady was going through the airport and they had captured, and they said, why Jamaican always go with a big bag? And when I look, and they were showing they said, look at the tiny little lady with this big bag. And when I looked on there, that lady looked just like my park supervisor. And I know her name. I won't call her name. I knew her name, and her face cannot hide. But she put on a little bit more weight because when she was the supervisor, she was very slim at the time, just like me. I was very slim too. See, all these big double heart cross bun here wasn't there, you know. So, and I saw her. I forgot the name of the channel that it was on, and I saw her, and I said, "That's my supervisor. I know her. I know her." I said, "Anywhere we go as Jamaica, we always gonna carry some bags." Some big bags with clothes or something because we rather go over prepared than under prepared. You don't know what to expect, you know. But I met some good people. I remember even when we were ready to leave and everything, and we had to open an account when we go there. Yes, we had to open an account. That was a part of the rule. We had to open our account to lodge the money when we work. So, because we get checks and everything, the boss would come. A matter of fact, it takes seven. When you go there, you're within 7 days as you arrive. Oh yeah, everything start rolling real quick. You gotta go to the workplace. You gotta check out, so he's not going there and say, "Oh, I need some rest." No, you better get your you better get your AZ up and get the ball rolling. And then within the first several days you're there, as soon as you land, by the next day, the landlord that is hosting you, if that's the one they have working, or the people who get you to come here, they will meet up with everybody from the group. They tell you they have meeting. They give you schedules and stuff when you arrive. They give you a booklet. They walk you through what to expect. They tell you you gotta pay your rent and all these things and so forth. And keep the place clean. It's a group home. Blah blah blah. You know, they just give you a little synopsis of what to expect. And if there's a discrepancy with your boss that bring you up here, that mean the one that you use to go to the embassy to get your stuff. And you know, either they either you quit before you quit, you have to let them know what is it, what was happening or so, and then they create another DS form for you. Or even if they don't create a DS form for you, they change your job for you. So it will be in the system and so forth. Yes. Because my first job when I arrived in Maine wasn't to be my it wasn't supposed to be it wasn't supposed to be the hotel job. My first job was supposed to be a restaurant. But when I went to the restaurant that day, because they told you to go and check and let them know you're here. So as I arrived the night, the next day I had to, we didn't live far, so we walked down to the restaurant and let them know we're here and so forth. And then we went there, they said they have so many people they didn't expect they were gonna have so many workers. So they were full, so they couldn't employ anybody else. And I called back my agency and I told them, and they told me where to go to find other jobs. Because you still have to be on the hunt if you go there, and even if you go there and you know like what you see or how they offer things or how they do stuff, and you don't think that align with yours, so you reach out to your agency and then they will instruct you from there to tell you what to do. You can't just get up and walk away like that as you'll be back on a plane home. Or so, you know, you communicate with your agency and they can guide you further. And they told me to they told me where to go. And I kept walking. I'm like, how can't I see this hotel? Man, they said just kept walking down the stretch. I walked, and the sun was so hot. But the good thing I had on sunshades. And the sun was so hot, and your girl walk and walk and walk. Because I'm like, I'm not coming over here for decoration. Because I was still in college. I have my college stuff to take care. I have family to take care. You know what I mean? So I'm like, and then I found the place and I said, well, but I gonna need a bicycle if I gotta be here. Plus I had to walk all the way back. It was like by the time I get back home, it would be like an hour and a half walking. When you say easier here, kind of explain what you mean easier in terms of work or what. Yeah, this can be somewhat of a broad. Oh, work. Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, here. I don't have no problem if you find anything here. No. And even when I was in my country, I never have no problem finding anything. This mouth not afraid to go ask. Hey, you hired? How much? How much you pay? Are you looking somebody right now? Or normally go in the place and go shop liquor? Oh yeah, stronger here. Your money value here. Value, when you take that back home, you can see something. The only thing with now, I heard that it's expensive back home now, as opposed to when I left it there. You know, but everything depends on how we budget, how we plan, how we do things. How we do things, and that's why I like the fact that I like to buy in bulk, because when you buy in bulk, sometimes not everything you can buy in bulk, but the essential things that you buy in bulk, like tissue, even if you have children now, you go to Sam's Club or one of those wholesale places there, you buy their diapers or whatever, you buy your dish soap and, buy certain things in bulk. Then it ease the pressure off you. So even if you have $2 to last you for 2 or 3 months, that $2 will last, as opposed to you just running here. Only time you really go to the corner shop now is like you run out of something real quick and you need to grab something real quick, you know what I mean? But certain essential things like paper towel, tissue, dishwashing soap, that especially if you wash dishes a lot. Yeah. Sandra, how are you? Thank you so much. Appreciate you. How you doing? You know what I mean? So I'll stop, shake the bed. Yeah, school in the morning. Try and get some sleep. So I like to buy in bulk, you know, because and one of the thing I will encourage to buy in bulk is the essential things, you know, the essential things that you're gonna keep running to the store and it gonna cost you a pretty penny. Buy those things in bulk. Even when I had my first son, I used to go to the local every 2 weeks or every week. I'm running to the store to buy diaper. And somebody said, I didn't know about no Sam's Club. Here, I know about it in Maine, but I didn't know about it here in Maine, in Michigan, sorry. And somebody said to me, why you don't just go to Sam's Club and buy in bulk? I said, how do you go to Sam's Club and buy in bulk? They say you have to get a membership. And then somebody give me a membership. Well, I could use their membership and everything. And man, baby, that take a whole lot of me. Because when I go there, I look for the diaper that have the most in it. I'm not really looking for no name brand. I'm looking for the diaper that have the most in that box. If it diapers, but I used to mostly try to buy Huggies because it absorb more. But I tell myself, you say sleepy finish, live just like you're a streamer and step out. All right, appreciate you. Appreciate each and everyone. Thank you guys so much. Blessings. And I know it's late.
Mommy, why am I struggling to sleep?
Because everything was going off. So, but if you close your eyes and take a pillow and cover it and say good night to you, yeah, yeah. You see your brother, he gone to bed.
Because he's on the plane. But I
Yes, man.
got
But certain things you gotta buy in bulk. And baby wipes, I used to run to Family Dollar every second buying baby wipes. 'Cause when the baby then look at you, yeah, wipe. You be them, but yeah, wipe. You go up on the road, yeah, wipe. I go to Sam's Club up till now. I must say recently I waste most of the wipes now. I buy boxes of wipes. Like when I go to Sam's Club, I buy one big box of wipes. They all 12 in there. And I'm telling you, oh, that's all right. I don't even really know what the emojis is. So even if somebody send me them, I probably look at them and go, the only emoji I use are the laughing emoji and the hearts. The laughing emojis and the hearts. But Yeah, man. So buying bulk, it can really save you a few dollars. And when I say save you a few dollars, if you buy, for example, as a mother, I can speak as a mother standpoint, you buy a box of diaper that have like 208 in there. That diaper is gonna last you for the month and more. So that's a whole month you don't have to keep running to the corner shop. You know what I mean? And sometimes it depending on how often your baby use diaper. So you have a whole month right there to be using diaper and saving few dollars than as opposed to running to the corner shop to get one $26 worth of diaper for what 18 in the pack when you could get 200 or 150. So those things are very essential. And bucket of soap. If you use soap to wash your clothes or you use liquid or detergent or so, I buy those in bulk too. Right now I have a big bucket of soap in my car because I used to buy the liquid soap, but then it run out so quick after each certain amount of loads. So I start looking to buying the bucket of soap and keep it in the car because I take my clothes to the laundromat. So therefore, the soap bucket stay in the car and guess what? It can be used as a seat while it's in my car. So guess what? If I don't have no chair, still got a seat. And then when the bucket is done, I could use it as a mop bucket. So you see, it can be used for so many things. But bulk buying, yeah. How did I get on bulk buying? Oh, yes, man. And they always say too, it's not what you earn, is what you save. So you could be working $2 and you could still put $2 a dollar aside or 50 cents aside. Sometimes you're not going, sometimes you're gonna run out because of life. Sometimes life will hit you. But that's all right. Who life don't hit? Sometimes life hit you, throw curveball at you, boom, bounce it back. Over here. Go away. Sometimes you're gonna laugh at your own problems, eh? You gotta laugh after them. When they come at you and throw the ball, throw it right back. Go over there. Go sit down somewhere. Leave me alone. Yeah. But that's what kind of really helped me to save more. When I mean save more, at that time I was able to weather the storm a bit better than how I was doing it before, you know. And especially household chemical that can go by fast, cleaning products and all these things. Yeah. And kids' clothes. Another thing, buy them a size up because even though you might have money and you spend, but those money adds up. Those little dollars, they adds up, baby. And if you're trying to say you want to be a millionaire, zillionaire, billionaire, oh, they buy their clothes sure for big for sure. They probably buy 2, 3 outfit while it was on sale, big enough. So when the kids grow, they go pick them up and give it to them. I'd still do these kids like that. I used to have a jar where any clothes that is gonna be too big for them and it's not gonna be, if they gonna have another year in it or so, I put it in a jar by itself. I don't do that no more though. I just put anything in there now. But when they were much younger, I used to do that so that I know the new clothes that they have and the clothes that they already wear. And sometimes they only wear the clothes one time, 2 time. Even this little one. I remember I bought some shoes offline for him. And when the shoes come, this baby was only what? That it was 6 months good. The shoes couldn't fit him in space of a week. I had to give those shoes away. He just tried them on. Boom. Buy them too small. Because I was anticipating his foot. I remember I buy another cute little shoes. I bought one for Jaden and I bought one for the baby. The baby never put his foot in his. Big old foot the baby have. Yes, the baby foot is bigger than the big one. So most of the shoes I had saved from the big one for him could never fit him, so I had to just give them away. Give them away. And clothes for him, the baby. When you got one kids, Big one clothes fit him perfect. He wear all his sizes. And when I say wear all his sizes, let's say he was one, he wear his 1 year old or 2 year old clothes, his 2T, 3T, he wear them according to his size. Baby. The second one, no baby. That second one jump all the sizes. So he's three now and he's wearing a 5T right now, 60. A matter of fact, those can't fit him. He wearing a small now. And he's only three. So sometimes you look and you say you save the big one clothes and it might not fit all the kids. So sometimes you might have to pass on some of those. I remember I had so many pull-ups and pin unders for this one. Brand new. Brand new. And I just give them away. Because I was like an old lady. I like to store liquor stuff and then when they going out and they had some nice pajama. Ooh, this one only rocked them 1 or 2 times and that was it. Big old boy. Is now my oldest son is growing now in a way that he growing out his clothes so fast. And I'm like, boy, I just go get you like, because when I'm getting in pants, I said, boy, but I just go get you like 6 or 7 pants. No, they can't fit him now. They're too tight. And I don't like to see him in nothing too tight, because, you know, I want him to have like a room, you know. So you can see his mannerism, the manism in him. So I gotta go change his wardrobe out now because literally all his small clothes, when they say boy small now, are literally fitting the baby now. So that's one thing I learned. When you have a child and you have a second one, don't think because the first one clothes was so tiny and all that doesn't mean the little one gonna be like that. The little one might give you more run for your money because everything you save from the big one, he goes, so who me? I don't want all of that. You better give it away and give me something new. Because they're not going to tell it to you, but it's just what you see, you're going to notice. The shoes that's so cute that you save for the next one you plan to have. Ooh, might as well you give it away. Might as well you give it away. Yeah, we'll get it. But such is life, family. I ain't going to stay any longer because I know it's 1:05 in the morning. I'll go and dive in the bed and go chill and everything. But such is life. I'm grateful for everything, though. I'm grateful for everybody around me and everything. So, yes, man, bless up yourself, Con, and thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. One of these fine days, Con, the blessing of the Lord. Yes, man, it's 1:05 a.m. So, we're going to be out and everything. So, blessings to everyone, and thank you guys so very much. And remember, you're alive and well, it's blessing. But we're going to our bed. So, when we wake up in the morning, it's another blessing again, all right? Because there's another day on the surface, all right? What good family. Bye bye.